Hey folks, Twosheds Gabby here. It is between 9:30 and 10 p.m. on the night before the snowstorm. It's supposed to come in sometime tomorrow. I don't know what time. We did a lot of prepping and getting stuff ready. The only thing that didn't happen, I bought a generator last year and I went out and tested. It started great and it's just been sitting for months, and we pulled it out and I have cranked and cranked and cranked and cranked, and I can't get it started. It's really a bummer. I have plenty of gas for it. I went and got gas. And so now we're just hoping that the power doesn't go out. I've got everything else prepared. I've even got these little uh, Coleman Buddy heaters for each end of the house, and they put out a ton of heat. But we'll survive, but hopefully the power won't go out. If it does, I don't know who I can bribe to come out in the snow to start this generator. Man, that was a bummer. Anyway, we're going to go back in time a little bit. Well over 20 years ago, I made my living buying storage units where people didn't pay their bills, and they auctioned the contents off, and I bought them. And, I competed with a lot of people with deeper pockets than me, but I squeezed out a little bit of a livelihood, and we enjoyed it a lot. But one day, I bought a unit for $101. It just looked like a bunch of nothing. There were desks and boxes and stuff. And I think everybody thought it was an insurance company that went out of business or something like that. And they just knew it was going to be nothing. I ended up making a ton of money on it. But anyway, I'm going to stop here and show you some of the stuff. I got these little antique books, 350 of them, something like that. I got a ton of other stuff, but just these books I sold for well over $30,000. That's right. Anyway, let me turn it off and show you these little antique books. They're from like the 1880s. Just a second. They're scenic view books that I guess they would sell them in cities like where people would travel. Would go into little shops, and these people would go around and ask these shops if they could sell their scenic view books, and they got really popular. Some of these are not in great shape. They're just some that I didn't get sold. I kept the Louisville on purpose because that's where I'm from. But they're accordion style, really neat, almost 3D looking pictures. And this one all happens to be, of course, of Louisville, buildings in Louisville. And there's Kansas City, Denver, D.C., and just a few at Niagara Falls. And most of these were not the most expensive to sell when I sold them 20 years ago, because they were so popular. There was lots of them. The ones that were not as widely known, the smaller towns that got them, Bangor, Maine, that one sold really good, stuff like that. Anyway, I sold a whole lot of them. And then one day I got contacted by a gentleman that said, he said, I don't have, they sold for $100 to $300 or something, I forget. And this gentleman said, if you would just scan the photographs, if you've got a way to do that, and send me the scans of the photographs, I'll pay you. And I hit myself in the head. It's like, why didn't I do that with all of these books before I sold them? So anyway, I scanned the books. I sold them to him for, $5 or $10. I forget what it was. But I took all the rest of the books that I even went back and bought a few more. And all the books that I still had, I scanned all the pictures to the highest quality the scanner. I bought some software that I could. I first started putting them on the 3.5 floppy disk, and I was selling them for a few bucks. And then I put them on compact disc, and I went out and I actually purchased some antique music. Remember the old, like the bar piano type music that I put on the CDs, so while they were watching the CDs, they could listen to this music. And they started selling pretty good, and I made a business out of just selling those. and I was getting ready to buy more, and I forget thing. Anyway, I think technology and stuff started changing, and there was less. People could just start getting stuff like this online easier, and so my compact disc didn't have the same appeal that it had when I started. But anyway, when I bought that music, I came across all this other stuff. Like, back then, it was in early days back then. I bought some like machine gun sounds, and I got some sirens, and that was what I used to make one of my first. I think it was my second video. My first video, I'm gonna show you a clip of it, was just me and my brother playing around with a goofy marble game. My second video was, and this is 2012. I put these first two videos up in December 2012. I don't know what made me do it. I just wanted to play with it, and I did it. And then it was 3.5 years later, I put up my first $50 video, my silver video. I'm going to show you a clip of each of those three. This is the very beginning. And I didn't even call myself Twosheds back then. I think I was, I forget, Silver Surfer or something. I don't know. But anyway, I just want to take you back and show you how it all got started. A clip from my first three videos. And I hope you enjoy it a little bit. This is the early days for my YouTubing. And it's come a long way. I've really enjoyed it. Here we go.
Whenever you're ready. Oh, I didn't make it that time. Go. Go. Oh, come here, say hi.
On this next one, besides the sound effects that I picked up, in one of the auctions that I purchased of the storage units, I got this little box of cards that were these planes, these old time planes, And I'm like, I'm going to make a video. There's not even any moving parts. It's just pictures of these fighter planes from way back in the day with these sound effects I put to it. And this was my video number 2. sometime after this, I decided I'm going to start putting together silver to put away for a nest egg for me and my wife. And then, of course, the videos. Hey everybody, I stopped at the bank today and picked up a box of halves, $500 box of halves that I had ordered last week from the bank, and I was talking to the teller just trying to find out a little bit of information. And apparently in my area here in central Indiana, there are there's Brinks and two others. I can't think of the name of them right now. But the teller I talked to today said that all of them use the same area for to get their coin, the same central station. I guess probably down in Indianapolis. And so my goal is to try to find out all this for sure, so that I don't just keep recycling coin. The manager I talked to last week said that she has a guy that comes in and orders $3,000 every week or so, but they don't have a coin machine at that bank, so he goes to a different bank and takes them in. They put them in a bag, but she said they're going back to the same place, re-rolling it, so he's buying the same things. And so my goal is to try to figure out how to avoid that, and I'm going to see how far the Brinks cover, the territory they cover, and maybe I can find a way to take the coin outside of the territory so they'll get rolled somewhere else, and maybe I can get to some coin that hasn't been gone through, 100 times. I know there's a lot of variables in this, but it's just something I'm going to try. Because last year, or maybe about last year, I was buying a box or two every week or two, and it just got to where I wasn't finding anything. It was just really depressing to go through $4,000 worth of coins and not get one single 40% silver. And so I just quit for a while. But I'm watching videos and I'm seeing that people are still getting silver. And so I really enjoy it. I just thoroughly enjoy doing it. I love silver. I love finding silver. Finding it free is just great. I've got a decent little stack. I know it's not a ton, but I have found quite a few. And I'm going to try to figure out a way to start getting them again. I don't want to quit this hobby. And so my goal is to try to find a way to increase my odds. And so let me get started here in just a second, and I'll let you know if I found anything. Okay, I'm going to get this thing open. We'll just check and see if there's any obvious silver on the tops, Then we'll turn the camera off, and I'll get back with you. If we start finding silver, we'll turn it back on. But at some point, I'll get back and let you know if I've done any good or not. Hopefully, we'll find something worthwhile. I see a coin that's been marked by somebody, which you find those all the time. I don't see any obvious silver. Obviously, there's no Franklins. There's plenty of bicentennials here. Anyway, no obvious silver on the top. I'll turn off and go through a few and see where we're at, and I'll get back with you. Hopefully we'll find one anyway. All right. I'm about halfway through I'm actually exactly halfway through the box, and so far I've been skunked. This is the same bank I was getting them from a year ago when I quit. I'm not sure what the deal is. Maybe I still might find one yet, but I haven't found one in this first half. I haven't found a mint, haven't found anything even interesting. It's just been kind of sad. I'm hoping to figure out something that might increase my odds. I'm going to play with it. I'm going to talk with the managers and just see if I can figure something out, how I can get something a little bit different. I may have to just switch banks and try somebody else. I may even have to try to go to a different town. But I'm going to keep trying this until I can start finding some silver again. I'll get back with you if I find anything in the second half. Well, okay, the second half I've got something. I got a 1966 40% silver, and I found this 1988 that's been double stamped. I guess came out of a mint set. I always think they're kind of fun to find. In the past, I have found those up. I've got a few here that have been double stamped. I've got one that was in a fire that was got a big bubble in it. It's kind of cool. And a bunch of 1964s. I've got all my 65 through 70s rolled up. Got a couple rolls of those that I have found, doing this over a period of time. They're out there. I'm just not having a lot of luck. But I got one. I'm happy I didn't get skunked. It's not any fun getting skunked. Thanks a lot. Bye.